Hello, leopard artists. It's so good to be back in the art room here at Lantern Road. I'm going to do the continuation instruction for our Art Elements project. The last lesson, we discussed line, and hopefully you filled that first box that we created with lots of different types of lines. Each type of line, you should have drawn the same amount of lines as your age. We're going to stick with those directions as we move on to shape. Shape is an art element because it is constructed of lines. Lines that hold hands can form triangles or rectangles or squares. And if they hold their own hands, they can form a circle. So I'm going to show you a couple samples of lines turning into shapes from the book in my introductory welcome back video called The Color Monster. And I'm going to walk you through with my camera hack projector for drawing so that you can see my hands working on the project. So let's not delay any longer and get started. Thank you for your patience as I get the camera view turned around for my projector hack from YouTube. So I'm going to cantilever, which means I'm going to sort of prop a pencil underneath my phone as a camera and make sure that it's sort of helping us see a little bit better. I am going to do this trick though too, just to save a little space so that you can hopefully see even better my next box. If you look at this box, I didn't get finished, and that's okay. I can finish this one as well as work on shape today. In my finished example, and I'll flip this up a little bit too to make everything a little more easily viewed, you can see that my box that says shape has many different types of shapes, and I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I must have been pretending that I was a kindergartner because most kindergartners are 5 or may already be 6. So let's get started with our shape examples. As before, you may write shape however you prefer, all capitals, good printing, even cursive. Then let's get started drawing the same number of shapes as your age. If I'm in second grade, I'm probably 7 or 8. So I may want to draw 7 stars for starters. Starters and stars start with S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And maybe I would like to draw some squares. I'm going to make mine a little funky and crooked so they look like confetti. Why not have a party on your paper, right? There's 7 squares. You can see how squares are made out of lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines holding hands to make a shape. What about these lines holding hands to make a triangle? Sometimes I say triangle when I mean rectangle, and sometimes I say rectangle when I mean triangle. So I'm going to draw a rectangle next. Rectangles are 4 lines holding hands as well, but 2 of them are much longer. Squares are made from lines that are all the same size. Let's get one more on here to be a second grader that's 7. And I still want to fill up my space, so I may draw some of my next shapes here and here to fill the space well. Circles are curved lines that go all the way around to hold their own hands. So it's one line that goes all the way back around to meet itself. But all of these shapes are made out of lines. And if you like to outline your box, you may do that. Sometimes I do that just so it shows up on the camera a little bit better. And then you are all ready to do our next bit of instruction for the next lesson to continue our art element study. Let's take one fast look at the art elements from our introductory book. You can see scratchy lines, zigzag lines, a bit of a curved line just on the cover of Color Monster. And let's look quickly at the title. You can find shapes made from lines in the title. You can see some of those same shapes on Color Monster. Until next time, do your personal best.